Hello everyone, this is Bobo the Vulture, and this is Let's Play Gran Turismo 2. Last time we used our Alfa Romeo 156 and cranked up the horsepower on it to beyond what a poor little buttercup front-engine, front-wheel drive car should have. Now I'm going to go back and confirm, in fact, that it is front-engine and front-wheel drive. It is. No, we're not buying another one right now. But we are doing is going to Special Event Land. Going to Luxury Sedan Cup. Gonna go enter this. And if this doesn't work, we can bring back our Delta, our Lancia. It's not really a luxury sedan. I don't know whether you would consider this a luxury sedan either, but it's hard for me to say because I don't see them around. It looks, from the outside, it has an air of luxury. Of fancy pantsness. Of fanciness in the pantsy. Alright, so we're not just gonna straight up outgun these guys. Yeah, I cut across that other guy's brow. I'm completely okay with that. I don't know if it actually was, but the car that was leading the race before I passed it for the lead appeared to be a Skyline 4-door. Such a thing exists, folks. I remember a time in my life where I thought that would be terrible, but now I think about it, I was like, that's brilliant. You could own a Skyline, but actually still, like, have it as a car that you could live your life with. I often sort of go back and forth in my head about what kind of car I'd want if I was going to get another car. And, you have to sort of, like, realize at a certain point, like, I would love to have, like, a car that's just like a no compromises, super cool, super muscular, the fast machine. But, you know what? It'd be really uncomfortable on a long trip, and it's the only car you have. I was trying to think here recently, like, because I always thought it would also be nice to just sort of have an old classic of some variety, an old interesting car that's, oh, that's not the kind of thing you see every day. For a while there I thought, you know what would actually be pretty interesting? Would be a Porsche 924. And everybody goes like, what? That's ridiculous. What are you talking about, Bobo? Those are terrible cars. And bear in mind, the one that I saw one on Craigslist, and it was a later year. It was like a 1987 or 88 924S, which the big knock the 924 had on it was that it had a Volkswagen engine in it. But the 924S was from later on, and actually basically had a, like, mildly re-detuned, yeah, it was a four-door Skyline, version of the engine in the 944. So it was a dedicated Porsche engine. Ooh, is this going to tell me? Now if I look at this, is it going to give me using those little left and right buttons there? Because obviously I have full A, full accelerate, Oh, it's just going to show me where my wheels are. It's not actually going to... It's still kind of neat looking. New car. Yeah, new car at last. Oh, at last. Well, that went okay. What is the final race in the Luxury Sedan Cup? Would it be something I could try with this car, even if it's not any more powerful? The high-speed ring. Might be a little difficult. Tell you what, let's give it a go. What's the worst thing that could happen? That's right, I get left behind. Starring, what's his face? Kirk Cameron? Yeah, left behind. This is the test ring, mind you, not the high-speed ring, so at the very least it shouldn't be super, super boring. See, it's many of the same opponents that I faced last time around. Except maybe they have more horsepower. Holy crud. Yeah, you boys aren't just playing around, are you? There we go. Pull through. Nicely done. Yeah, I don't believe it will tell me outright, but I do believe that those cars do have a horsepower advantage on me. That's alright. I think I may still have this event. Provided I can maintain that's not necessarily the way that you maintain. Alright, so here we go. Yes, accelerate out. Good job. Good job, Bobo / Alfa Romeo. The tandem, it's working so well. Hey, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it after all. Yay, finish. What nationality am I? Yay, finish! There's a Jaguar XJ Sport. Taurus SHO. It's not a luxury sedan, you guys. Actually, an R33... Oh, look at that thing. An R33 Skyline GTR 4-door might be the coolest car ever. I mean, I'm a big fan of the way the R33 Skylines sort of looked. But then you can... I mean, it depends, of course, on like how actually useful that big old back seat's gonna be. But we got some new cars, everybody. I kinda would like to see what they are. Did we get some really cool new cars? I bet we might have. Huh? We might have gotten an R33 GTR 4-door. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I mean, in terms of this game, those things aren't necessarily great. because, you know, an R33 two-door is going to be lighter. And the weight distribution will probably be more even. Chaser, TRD Sports times 30. Kaioken times 30! Let's see. The Chaser, these Chaser based 3 types. The sports model, the Tour STRD Sports, and the Tour V TRD Sports. In the exterior, these cars feature the aero things. The sporty appearance is even further enhanced. Fully sporty sedan. It's fully sporty! Here you go, GTR 4-door tuned by Nismo. So nice! I want one! I wouldn't paint mine yellow, probably. It's a 4-door GTR that attracted lots of attention at the Tokyo Motor Show. Though this car is indeed a 4-door model, it's based on a 2-door chassis, to which 4-door pillars and roof supports were added. Redesigned rear door and fender parts were used in my van chassis, blister-shaped fenders, handmade, in fact. Full name of this extremely tuned-up 4-door GTR is the GTR Altec version tuned by Nismo, as the name says. Benefits from Nismo tuning. $100. You could even say it's a 4-door version of the 400R. I don't know that ever got produced. They're talking about it as it made a stir at the Tokyo Motor Show. Yeah, so it's probably never actually mass-produced, which is a shame, because, look, it's nice. Looks like the rear headroom might be a little bit lacking, because the way it sort of clunks down there real rapidly, but hey. Sacrifices must be made in the name of awesome. So, yeah, that's all fun and games. Until someone loses their head. Daisy Sylvia GT. Mugen NSX GT Racing. Have I taken you out for a spin yet? I don't know that I have. That seems like an oversight if I haven't. And seeing as I need to make some money, because I'm down to under 500,000 credits, I can't stand. Let's go out and play a money-making game with you, see how you do. And now the luxury sedan. Cup is entirely full up of good. Now, if I notice that this car already has the super soft tires put on it, then I guess I will also know that I have, nope, I haven't taken this car out yet. I really should. Let's go for the super softs. Let's start the race with an automatic. Gentlemen, start your engines. Boy, if I ever get a Sega Saturn, or take loan of my best friend's Sega Saturn, whew, Daytona USA is going to be on. Probably be the second game I would reach for in the Sega Saturn collection. Can you guess what the first one is? Yes, it is possible for you to do, but you probably wouldn't get it right. I'm going to see whether or not anybody leaves their answers right now. I'll say during this video what it is. But, no, you know what? I'll wait. I'll wait. We'll see if I remember next time. And if I don't, people will just leave me comments saying, why won't you tell us what your favorite Sega Saturn game is? I know what it is. Some folks will also know what it is. Certainly my best friend knows. The whole reason I feel like he still needs to have a Sega Saturn. Wow, this thing is badass. This thing is killer. Yeah, I could sort of see where I was not actually going to manage to make the turn the way I thought there. This thing has prodigious grip. It's insane. It's sticking onto the ground. I guess I also sometimes forget, because if you aren't driving one of this tier of car all the time, you forget how crazy they are. This car is crazy. It's hyper crazy. It's not as ultimately fast in like acceleration or anything else like that as like the Escudo Pikes Peak car. But I'd say it's a better handler. I mean, the Escudo Pikes Peak car, you sort of have to, like, sometimes you just have to thrash it into a spin, or at least try to, in order to get it to go the way that you want it to. Whereas this car, clearly, like, you have to communicate the desired... It sound like some kind of, you know, racing guru person or something. I don't know that much about this stuff, really. I mean, come on. I'm a guy who's sitting here playing video games is about racing. I'm not actually out there racing cars. There are people that race cars for a living. They make money at it. Some are quite wealthy. Most are not. Same as any of those, like, professions that people think about and, like, say, that's my dream job, like being an actor. Sure, there are actors that make millions and millions of dollars, but a lot of actors are people that don't have movie star looks. They're those, like, character actors or whatever. And you know what? If they don't have a role, they're not getting paid. And if they're not getting paid, well, then they're having a hard time making the mortgage, you know? There's, like, you know, like, guy who's like, oh, that... I was watching a documentary a while back called That Guy from That Thing. And, you know, I'll listen to a lot of comedy podcasts, and there'll be comedians talking about how, like, oh, you know, like, when they don't have, like, steady work, I mean, they don't have steady income. I mean, same goes for, like, professional musicians. Yes, there are some professional musicians who make insane money. Most don't. I don't know why I'm going off on a rant about these things, but it's just something to bear in mind, folks. You know, as cool as it would be to be a pro at any of these things, it doesn't necessarily, like, you don't do that because it's easy as fishing, you can be a musician. It's not necessarily that way. So, don't let Bachman Turner Overdrive fool you. Just because they're taking care of business doesn't mean that you, as a semi-talented musician, or even a fairly talented musician, could take care of business. There's more to it than just having the raw talent. Let's not spin. We've done so well so far. Oh, it was loads of fun, guys. This is a nice car. It's a nice car. Nice. Okay, so it says there the Lotus Elise GT1 is not a racing car. Hey, we got a new car. You know what? I think we'll get another one. Do I want to switch to a different car for that? Just for variety's sake? Maybe I do. Now, don't know that any of these things that I have here are, well, the Espouse F1, I don't know if I've taken that out to do that on. Most of these cars would be good for it. The Sky and Silhouette formula, of course, would be fine for it, but Vario. No, of course not. The Escuda, sure. No. The car. And a Speed 12. It's purple. There it is. I was waiting for its purpleness to show up. It's the big purple Funkasaurus. I try this every time. I don't try it every time, but I try it often. Like, alright, let's see if we can get the Speed 12 to actually go out there and, you know, win another one of itself. But I actually have, I'm wondering whether or not being able to use the analog controls will help with trying to keep this thing from spinning out. We'll find out. Wait, I didn't want to go into the video preview. I wanted to just try and race it. I know what the race is. I know how to do it. I can do it. I can do it 9 times. And the loading time. There it is. Oh. Viper Team Eureka. Yes, that guy. So let's just start. Yeah, just listen. It's insane. It's like Primal Scream styles. Yeah, but yeah, I think it was Alfa Romeo and Mercedes, and I don't know what. There was another one or two big makes in the DTM back in the sort of late '90s, which was a crazy heyday for it. It's interesting. Sadly, recently he had to retire due to a serious back injury. But Dario Franchitti, one of the world's greatest road racers. And yes, I know there are lots of F1 drivers, and he never made it to F1. He only managed to do tests and stuff. But I think if you were to take the entire world's population, you would have to count him in the upper tier. No, I am able to... so far, I've been able to keep it from spinning out. But But it has so much understeer right up until the point where it completely spins to pieces. Well, just in terms of accelerating, we'll be able to get back up to where I need to be in that pack. There we go. So, I think, is that the secret to trying to drive this car? Only press on the gas pedal when you are wanting to go straight? Well, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to catch up using this technique. Probably not. But it's an amusing concept. Yeah, I'm not actually going to catch up in this race. But as always, it's fun to try, I guess. And the shockingly close to home question is, how much time did I actually lose by doing a complete 360 there? I don't understand this. Like, even if I'm not hitting the accelerator, the car seems to want to spin out. How is it possible? Alright. Alright. Final lap. Well, if I'd have been able to catch that, would have been okay. Alright, let's just get out of here. So that didn't work. Had to leave a bad taste in my mouth to end that way, though. Although I probably really should. We're right at like 30 minutes. 30-minute mark. Yeah, you know what? I'll cut it there. We've got $1 million. Next time, we'll determine a good place to spend $1 million. So look forward to that. I'm Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play Gran Turismo 2. Thanks very much for watching. I will see all of you next time. Bye now.